Homer gave the waitress a $1 tip, but she misunderstood it as a $10,000 tip. The waitress was very grateful to the generous Homer. Homer hurried to explain. He only gave a $1 tip, and the number 1 was followed not by the number okay, but by the English word okay. However, the waitress was immersed in the joy of receiving such a large tip, and others around her also praised Homer's generosity. Homer was swept up in the praise and admitted he had given a $10,000 tip. Soon, Homer became an internet sensation, but this left their family in debt. His wife urged him to clarify the situation with the waitress, and Homer agreed. However, when he gave tips to others, the cheers from those around him made him increasingly enjoy the feeling of being the center of attention. So he began to give tips without restraint, spending an entire family's monthly living expenses in just a few hours. His wife kept receiving text messages about credit card overdrafts. His wife believed he couldn't continue giving tips like this, as Homer had already spent all the family's savings. So Homer decided to quit this habit of giving tips. But whenever someone praised him, he couldn't help but give a tip, and he was completely devastated by it. His wife was at home, heartbroken over the overdue bills, and even the loose change from their daughter's piggy bank had been taken by Homer. Homer stood outside the door, watching his heartbroken wife, too ashamed to enter the house. This time, he decided to go and retrieve the $10,000. He found the female waitress and tried to explain that the $10,000 tip was a misunderstanding. However, she mistook him for a pervert, sprayed him with pepper spray, and he fell into the sea. He was rescued by a fisherman, and he wanted to give the fisherman a tip, but it was refused because tips are prohibited here. Homer was captivated by this magical place and decided to stay. His wife was worried because she couldn't find Homer anywhere. The children discovered his location after seeing his purchase records. They found Homer and urged him to come home with them, but Homer dared not return. Fearing he would revert to his old self, the children encouraged him to change the situation and called for the abolition of tips. So Homer bravely took the stage and suggested abolishing tips, but no one supported him, and instead he was beaten up by the crowd. Homer was very discouraged, but his wife came up with a solution to the economic and tip addiction issues. That was for Homer to become a part-time waiter.